We're doing this once again. We're addressing the economy. I'm going to keep addressing the economy just like I kept addressing the damn bird flu, fucking BS, monkeypox, and all this other nonsense that they say is out there. Stupid, dang, bone breaking virus, fake bull, all this bullshit. I'm addressing that crap too because they're not going to lock us down again. I'm not muzzling up, all right? So they need to knock the fuck off with this fake virus stuff. But the inflation stuff, this friggin' Biden inflation that has now spilled over into 2025, I ain't seeing anything change. I'm not seeing gas prices go down yet, not in my neck of the woods. Every now and then it'll go down to like 249. Like a Circle K, that chain, that convenience store chain, it'll flash up there 249 easy pay. I guess if you have their credit card, 259. But then a few moments later, I come back from the gym, facking things back up to 289. Where is this? $21 for a fucking steak? Oops, I dropped the F-bomb. I'm pissed. You should be pissed too. People can't afford anything anymore. They're working 2 jobs, they're working overtime, all right? And on top of it, they want you to pay back that bullshit student loan. A lot of you out there say you should. All right, you can debate that another time. College is a scam. You're 18 years old. They want you to take out this friggin' loan for a scam college bullshit degree. What do you know at 18? You're 18. You think you're invincible. You think you're going to conquer the world. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll sign it. Not knowing what you're really getting into. But that's the different thing. They want you to pay that back. How are you doing all this when they keep jacking shit up? Jacking up electricity. Because 2030, they want you to own nothing and they want you to be happy. But then Clown Slob also said, you'll be angry. Which is it, Clown Slob? Will we own nothing and be happy, just renting things? Or will we be angry? Well, I'll tell you what, Clown Slob of the World Economic Forum, we're pissed off, or at least I am, angry. Sick of seeing this shit. Every time I damn go to the grocery store, I gotta damn walk in there like this. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That price is all right. Oh, shit. Damn. Can't believe it went up that much. It's bullshit. Across the board bullshit. I don't even want to hear it anymore about low beef, the lowest beef supply since early 1950s. You know, we have the amount of beef in this country that is equivalent of the 1950 supply. Meanwhile, we have close to 400 million, probably more than that with the invaders. They're trying to say, well, the reason why beef has gone up is because, well, our beef supply is so low, it's the same as it was 75 years ago. Fact that noise. Bullshit. I don't want to hear any of this. I don't hear any of that. It's all that shit's falling upon deaf ears. It's all orchestrated. It's all nonsense. Lower the damn prices. Get your damn beef supply up if it ain't up. Do something and stop damn taking payments from the government to kill crops and all this other nonsense. I'm done with all this friggin' shenanigans. Fucking stop controlling the weather. Stop destroying and flooding out farms and shit like that. Stop threatening farmers and saying you got to destroy this and destroy that or else. We're over it, all right? This world has been hijacked by fucking demons, and it's time we take it back. And this shit's got to stop. This constantly rising. I have never seen prices of everything continually rise for 5 years straight. I'm 55 years old. Unless I'm really that out of touch with prices of things, I don't think so. I've been shopping for a bulk of my life. I think I know when inflation lasts only a year or less, and when it's out of control for 5 years. I have never seen just every damn fucking month. This is going up. This is going up. This is going up. This is going up. It's a slow frog boil. When is enough, people? When is enough, huh? It's time everyone starts calling this out. Everyone start calling it out. That's bullshit. Why Kroger? Why are eggs and Aldi? Why are eggs still in the $3 range? The $3 range. Where's the bird flu? It's been gone. You're gonna tell me you can't get up the egg production and bring it down to 99 cents a carton? Bullshit. Bullshit. Now all of a sudden $2.99 or $3 something a carton's the norm for eggs, right? Because they see that you'll pay it. Once they see that a bulk of the population will pay that higher price, they're gonna keep it there. And then on top of it, what's even worse is they're raising it constantly. Go to places like Fresh Market or Sprouts. Go to friggin' Publix. Aside from their buy one, get one frees, their prices have always been astronomical. They're the Chick-fil-A of grocery chains. Chick-fil-A is extremely expensive for fast food. Always has been, right? Quality or no quality. Yeah, it's quality, but it ain't $10 for a sandwich quality. Chick-fil-A always been high in their fucking prices. And Publix is like Chick-fil-A, only it's a grocery store. Jacked up prices for years. But now it's insane. It's utterly insane. Publix is like an Ingles too. Publix and Ingles jacked up prices. They're like my mother always said they're like giant convenience stores. That's the price they charge for what they charge. Yeah, it looks like a grocery store, but they're charging like they're a convenience store for their shit. This has got to stop, man. It's got to stop. This is out of control. It's everything. It's fucking. Here's what's funny. Here's what's funny about all this. We paid $2.80 something a gallon under Obama. Do you remember that? We paid that for a long time. We're no strangers to that. We've been paying it for years. So if they want to blame the cost of gas making everything go up because of transporting it, well, we were paying $2.80 something, $2.70 something, $2.60 something under Obama. All right? We didn't have these high steak prices. We didn't have these high electricity prices. We didn't have these high prices across the board. We didn't have any of that. Not like that. And I'm not tooting Obama's horn. I'm just showing you a time frame. So gas prices, same here, because Obama sucked. So gas prices here, but everything, cost of living wasn't as high. Now gas prices are still here, pretty much $2.89, $2.79, depending where you're at. But yet everything's through the roof, costs more. So it isn't the cost of gas that's driving up. So what the fuck is it? You just ain't got enough in the supply chain now? You can still use that as an excuse? Bullshit. With all your technology, bullshit. As a side note, I'm going to digress right now. Why is it when you drive, bugs aren't hitting the windshield for the longest time? But yet, you could be out at 7 o'clock in the yard doing yard work, and if you're wearing shorts, you're going to get eaten up by bugs. Why aren't those bugs hitting the windshield? But I digress at any rate. Look at this. This shit's pissing me off.
Escalating financial strain, like falling behind on rent and struggling to buy food.
That's nothing. Rent's up too.
Some with six-figure incomes are struggling to feed their families. The majority of Americans don't make enough money to cover some of the basic costs of living, like healthcare and rent.
I've been making content about these topics for a while now, and I thought I'd heard every crazy statistic out there, but this new information that has just dropped has me absolutely speechless. I had to sit down and really process what I'm about to share with you because it's honestly disturbing. So get this, there's fresh research revealing that close to 40% of people working hourly jobs in America are telling researchers that if they could just survive from one paycheck to the next without sinking deeper into debt, that would actually represent progress from their current reality. Let that sink in for a minute. We're not talking about people wanting to save money or build wealth. We're talking about people who would consider it a victory just to break even every 2 weeks. That means these people are currently getting by on borrowed money.
That means borrowed
credit cards, those installment payment apps, personal loans, whatever credit they can access. And honestly, when I first read this, I had to double check the numbers because it seemed too crazy to be true. And here's what's really driving people over the edge. Everything costs more. And I mean everything. You go to the grocery store, what used to cost you maybe $120 for a week's worth of food is now pushing $180, maybe $200. Officially, they're telling us groceries are up about 32% since 2019. But most people I talk to say it feels more like 60% or 70%.
Yeah.
My neighbor told me her electric bill went up 40% compared to last year. Same usage,
40%
same house,
more in one fucking
just
year.
40% more expensive.
Bullshit, man.
The rent went up $300 a month.
You'll own nothing.
The car insurance doubled.
That's stupid.
And
That's
her
stupid.
wages,
Really?
they went up maybe 3% if she was lucky. This is the story playing out in millions of households right now. People are working the same jobs, putting in the same hours, but their money is buying less and less every month. And
a
here's the
40%
kicker.
raise in a
The
year. They're not
government
getting
keeps
that.
telling us that inflation is under control. They say it's around 2.8% or
Bullshit,
whatever,
man.
but
That's
go
lies.
ask any regular person if their
Biden was saying
cost of
this shit too.
living
It's not
only
true.
went up 2.8% this year. So what's the Fed doing about all this? Well, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Their official job description says they're supposed to maintain stable prices and keep employment high. And even though there's nothing actually federal about this institution, it's really just a collection of private banks with a fancy government-sounding name, they're making decisions that affect all of us. If they drop interest rates too low, inflation is going to come roaring back even stronger than before. We already saw what happened in 2021 and 2022 when inflation hit 9%. But if they keep rates high or raise them even more, businesses are going to start laying off people because borrowing money becomes too expensive. Either way they go, regular Americans are going to feel the pain. Lower rates mean your dollar becomes even more worthless. Higher rates mean fewer jobs and potentially a nasty recession. The Fed keeps looking at these official unemployment numbers and saying, oh, everything's fine, unemployment is low. They're pointing to numbers about 4.1%, and acting like that tells the whole story. But that's complete garbage. When you dig into the real numbers, roughly 25% of Americans are what I call functionally unemployed. That's up from around 22% just 2 years ago. These are people who either have no job whatsoever, or they're working but pulling in less than $25,000 annually, which won't even cover rent in most places these days. And this is where things get really scary. Young people, especially Generation Z, are falling into these buy now, pay later traps at an alarming rate. Some reports show that about 3% of young borrowers aren't paying these companies back at all across their different loan products. I heard about this college student who started with a $900 furniture purchase through one of these apps, but then she started using it for groceries when money got tight, then for textbooks, then for an Uber when her car broke down. Before she knew it, she had 5 different accounts with balances totaling over $3,800. The monthly payments added up to almost $650, which was more than her part-time job was bringing in. So she took out a personal loan at 16% interest to pay off all the accounts that were charging her up to 35% interest. This is happening to millions of young people right now. These companies make it so frictionless to borrow money that people don't even realize they're going into debt. And here's the thing that really gets me. These buy now, pay later companies are reporting massive increases in defaults. Just this quarter, some of these companies saw customer losses jump by 18% year over year, hitting around $140 million in losses. Now, let me tell you about the job market, because this is where the official numbers become a complete joke. They claim there are millions of available positions, and on paper that might be accurate. But here's the dirty secret. A massive chunk of those job listings are completely bogus. Employers post positions they never ever intend to fill just to create the illusion of growth. Sometimes they're fishing for resumes to keep on file. Sometimes it's just legal theater. Yeah, they already know who they're promoting internally, but they have to post the job publicly anyway. I know people who've applied to hundreds of jobs and gotten maybe 2 or 3 actual interviews. And even when they do get interviews, companies ghost them. They'll go through 3 rounds of interviews and then just never hear back. And if you do manage to find a job, good luck getting paid enough to actually live on. The median wage for new hires has barely budged in the last few years, while the cost of everything has exploded. Now here's something that should really worry everyone. We've seen this pattern before. Back in the 1970s, we had a period of high inflation, followed by a brief cool down,
Was it 5 years
and then an
worth?
even worse second wave of inflation. The second wave was actually more destructive than the first one, and it took a severe recession and massive unemployment to finally break it.
I remember going for 5
We
years.
had our first
ever.
wave
Not
of
even the
inflation
70s.
in 2021, 2022. It peaked around 9%, then came down to around 3%. But now it's starting to tick back up again. If we do get a second wave of inflation, it could be devastating for people who are already struggling. Look, I know all this sounds pretty doom and gloom, and I wish I had better news. But here's the reality. You can't control what the Federal Reserve does. You can't control inflation, and you can't control the job market.
I want to become
The only
Amish.
thing you
A lot
can
of me wants to
control
become Amish.
is your own situation. First thing, if you're not already tracking every penny you spend, you need to start, and you need to start right now. That $4 coffee, that $12 lunch, that $8 parking fee, write it all down. Most people have no idea where their money goes. Second,
Press the
you
pause
need
button on that.
multiple income streams. The days of relying
I go to Fresh Market, right? We got talking to employees. Like, your prices are really jacked up. I want you to know that. They're same with Sprouts, too. But I had this conversation, well, it was my mother and I, Fresh Market, right? A couple of times over the years. I said, why do they come in here and pay this when they could just go to Kroger and pay, or Aldi's? And for a lot of stuff, not everything, because obviously Fresh Market does have a lot of things that you can't get, brands of this, that, and the other that you can't get anywhere else. But for the most part. And the employee said, well, they just come in here and they just use their credit card. They don't care. I said, well, they got that kind of money. Now, this is in a town next over from me that, yeah, they got that kind of money. But I also heard that a lot of people that we think have that kind of money for decades have been living off of credit. So I don't know. But it is more of a highfalutin town. It's a highfalutin town over here next to us. So I'm like, really? Just money's no object? That's weird. But then again, what's weird also is that people don't want their receipts anymore. It's like I have to literally ask for my receipt. The cashiers don't automatically give it to me. I'm like, can I have my receipt? I'm old school. Why is it people don't want their receipts anymore? Just money's no object. They don't care if they could get double charged or triple charged on something, and then they don't have a receipt to prove that they paid only got one item, not they didn't get three of the same item. I mean, what is going on? I mean, money should matter. No matter, even if you're a billionaire or a millionaire, you should track everything. I don't get the concept of not tracking your money. You know? I don't know. I don't get it. It's retarded. We live in a retarded world. This whole world's retarded. And we're being
on
ripped
one
off.
job for security are well over. Whether that's freelance work, a side business, gig economy stuff, you need backup plans. Third, get out of debt as fast as you possibly can. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that's not helping you build wealth. If you've got credit card debt or buy now, pay later balances, make paying those off your top priority. And while all this is happening, Americans as a whole are carrying about $1.25 trillion in credit card balances right now. That's trillion with a T. $1.25 trillion in credit card balances. Yep, you've got roughly 175 million people carrying balances on their credit cards with an average debt of around $6,500 per person. Now, if you're lucky enough to get approved for a new credit card these days, you're looking at interest rates averaging around 24.5% APR, and that's if you have decent credit. If your credit is questionable, you could be paying much more, 30% or more. The uncomfortable truth is that we've created a system where living paycheck to paycheck is now considered a luxury. That's not normal, and it's not sustainable. When nearly half of working Americans can't even break even every month. That's not an individual problem. That's a systemic crisis. The reality is that wages have been stagnant for decades, while the cost of everything has exploded. Housing, healthcare, education, food, all the basics of life have outpaced income growth by massive margins. And now we're at the point where even middle-class jobs don't provide middle-class living standards anymore. So what are we left with? We have millions of people going into debt just to maintain a basic standard of living. Nothing special, just a basic standard. And eventually, that debt has to be paid back. It has to be paid back. Which means things are going to get worse before they get better. Based on everything I'm seeing, the data, the trends, the policy responses, I think we're in for some rough times ahead. The best thing you can do is prepare yourself financially and emotionally.
I mean, how much rougher can it get? Just more people losing their homes, more people living in their cars, more homeless people. I'm seeing this is a thing. Homeless people living in their cars, losing their cars because they can't make the payments. I mean, how much more worse does it get? When is enough of this shit? Because really, ultimately, we're being robbed. We've been lied to on so many fronts. So many scams out there, like the fucking student loan college scam is one of them, right? Lied to about this, like you didn't go to the moon. COVID was a hoax, but it was a real agenda behind it. This whole thing, all this shit. We can't control the Fed. You can't control inflation. So they control everything, right? They control everything. They could turn off the spigot. They could shut down the grocery stores, right? They could shut this down. They want to shut farms down. They could control the weather. They could destroy this, destroy that, right? Direct energy this, direct energy that. Blame it on God. Act of God. Bullshit. When is enough of this nonsense, man? That's what I got for you. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse because it's not already bad already. I guess not. I guess paying fucking $10 at a fast food restaurant for a burger, a medium fry that it's not even stacked down and packed down. In, at least you're not really getting a true medium. What you're getting is a small in a carton that's a medium because they got a lot of air in between it, right? They're robbing you. They are robbing us left and right because it's the left. Don't be troll out there. We're pushing 2026. I'm waiting for the Deagle.com event. Is that going to happen in the fall, huh? What about the dark winter we've been talking about for the last 5 years? Is that going to finally come to fruition? What's going to happen? Because by 2030, they want most of us gone. And the rest of us living in stack 'em and pack 'em smart cities. Open air prison, 15-minute cities. And they want you to eat Z-Bugs. You know the whole drill, right? And you know what it feels like? It feels like I've been awake for onto what's going on for years, but it feels like I've actually been asleep. Like I know I've been awake every day doing this, doing that, but for some reason, part of me feels like I'm waking up seeing when I see these prices of what's at the store. It's like I still can't get over it. I'm not used to it at all. It's like I just woke up and I'm in 2025 and I woke up from like 2010 or something like that when things were a lot better than this. The prices weren't jacked up like this, but it seems like every day I feel like, I guess I'm trying to say, I feel like it feels uncomfortable being in this world. It feels strange and I'm not used to all this. It's like, what the hell every day? This is not normal. $2 for a mango, $1 something for a nectarine. This is not normal. It's like Most people are used to this. They sleepwalk through their day. No biggie. It's a big deal. It's a big deal when you have to pay a fucking dollar something for a nectarine. It's a big deal when your utilities goes up 40% in a year. It's a huge deal. Shit's got to stop. That's what I got for you. There's going to come a point, people have had enough of this. Or maybe not. Maybe they just sleepwalk through it to the brutal bitter end. I don't know how it's going to... In my opinion, this is not going to end good with the way the prices are sustained, with the way the wages are, and if they keep jacking up the prices instead of keeping them where they're at, that volcano is going to blow at some point. Don't be troll out there. At any rate, I'm